Ciao, welcome everybody. If you are in one side of the globe, it's gonna be close to the evening. If you are on the other side, it will be like morning or afternoon. I'm just say welcome everybody. I'm very happy. Again, me, Simo. I'm trying to entertain yourself by introducing amazing people belonging to clubs and teams coming to Ravenna this coming September. And this is the episode number 5. And I'm very happy because I will host two representatives of a club from Singapore, an amazing, beautiful place that if you have to go and visit at least one time in your life. So let me introduce Lillian and Andreas from the Austcham Paddle Club, Singapore. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Hi, Simo.
Hello, Simo. Doing great.
I'm so happy having you here. So for the crowd, we have some little delay in speaking, so probably, or we are going to overlap on each other, or there will be few time between us speaking, but we don't care. So guys, would you like to introduce yourself first of all, and then we can say something about your club. If you don't mind, Andreas, I know you are a president, but Lillian as a girl, so ladies first.
Ladies
Lillian.
first, of course.
Okay, short and sweet. I'm Lillian. I joined Austcham in 2020, just before COVID. Yeah, so it's my first time going to Italy, so I'm really excited to go with the team. Yeah. And yeah.
You're doing great job with social media.
Oh, yes, I forgot that's my role. Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
You forgot to tell one of the most important things. You are the active person in the social media.
I'm better behind the screen.
Not tonight. So you have to stay with us. Andreas, please introduce yourself.
Sure. Well, first I will say Lillian is she's the social media superstar, marketing superstar. So that's, as you said, the social media is on fire. So my name is Andreas. I'm originally Danish. I grew up in Australia. I joined the club in, I think, 2007, only a few months after I moved to Singapore, actually. And I've been paddling ever since, actually. Been the president for, I think, maybe 6 or 7 years.
Wow.
Very exciting.
So you are a paddler. What about you, Lillian? Are you a paddler too?
Yes, I'm quite proud that our club is actually a multi-sport paddle club. So for myself, aside from DragonBoat, we do outrigger canoe, and I also teach a stand-up paddle board. So never too much of paddling.
Wow. So I promise at least one time in my life, I will try to paddle. maybe alone, but I will try to do it. So who wants to say something and tell something about your club, when it was established, how many people are belonging to the club, how many different categories of paddler do you have? It's going to be you, Andreas, or you, Lillian? You decide.
I can go.
Okay.
Let me see if I can share my screen here. I have a couple of interesting pictures.
Okay.
So, can you see that? Yes. So these are some of the earliest photos that we have of the club, actually. So on the left-hand side of the screen, that's a race. The club actually started in Hong Kong. So the gentleman on the right-hand side is his name is John 𝗏𝗏, and he was the founder of the club. You can see on his shirt it said 1986. So they started in Hong Kong in 1986. Then he moved to Singapore and took the club. I guess started the club here in Singapore as well, and was an active member up until only a few years ago, actually. So he's been kind of the stable the stable member of the club for a number of years, and we have a lot to thank him for. So it's quite an old club. I think we're one of the first what we call expat clubs in Singapore, along with Americans, Canadians, British team, a number of other teams as well. So we form like a group that's called the International DragonBoat Community. We have our own race category that we compete in every year for a couple of the race events. So it's always quite fun to compete against all the other teams. But saying it's an expat club, we have about 100 members, or just over 100 members, who are from all different countries. So obviously Lillian, Singaporean, myself, I'm sort of Danish, fake Australian sort of thing. But Malaysian, Japanese, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, a lot of different nationalities in the club, which is always very interesting, quite enjoyable, and a bit of a melting pot, and very social as well.
Lillian, can I say that DragonBoat, because of the spirits and the strong feeling of community, is helping expats to be integrated and integrate themselves together?
Yeah, I think I will say DragonBoat is one of the most social, naturally, organically social sport. In one boat, it fits 22 people already. So we also do outrigger canoe, which fits 6 people. But when you do a DragonBoat session, even post training, it's always a very nice get together. People are just chilling, hanging out. So naturally, I think it's one of the better sports to start with if you want to do paddling. Yeah. So I think especially with international races, which our team has done a few times, actually many times. DragonBoat ones are the most fun because a bunch of 30 of us at least go together overseas.
But is this because to do a great job, so to paddle properly, you need to have a good feeling one with the other, or it's a cultural aspect? What's the reason why, in your opinion?
I think culture comes first.
Go ahead, Lillian. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For myself, Andreas has been a team for a very long time, so I think he can attest that culture is more important. But we also built ourselves to be a very competitive club. But you can be a very strong team, but if you don't have a good culture, it's not going to be enjoyable. And for myself, and a lot of us, we commit to it voluntarily because we really love it, because of what we built together. Yeah.
Andreas?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like I said, I joined not long after moving to Singapore, and I think there's, as you may know from traveling around the world, you can get into a bit of a bubble of hanging around with your own your own friends or people from the same country, and get a little bit of a bubble sort of feeling. So I'm glad that I sort of found that community with lots of different cultures, and you make a lot of different groups of friends. I think it helps. It does definitely help with the culture. In terms of performance, obviously, when you're trying to win races, then you still need people who have an individual culture of wanting to perform, wanting to work hard. And I think especially with DragonBoat, as Lillian said, you're 20 people in a boat, so close together that you have to work as one to actually make the boat move quickly, right? So it is a little bit different to, say, other team sports where you can be individually, you can have a superstar and be individually good and the team still performs okay. But because you're so close together in the boat, you need everyone to really perform. And so people need to have an individual culture of performance. And then for it to be fun, like Lillian said, you need to have that culture of the social culture on top of that as well.
Amazing. Is this your first competition outside, let me say, your area, so international competition or not?
Not exactly. So there's a few different competitions, obviously because of travel and that sort of thing. We do most of the competitions in the region. So we do, for example, a race in an outrigger canoe race in Hong Kong, where you paddle around the entire Hong Kong island.
Wow.
We also do a race in Sydney, which is also a lot of fun because it's essentially in the middle of the city in Sydney Harbour. In terms of dragon boating, there's a lot of competitions, as you would imagine, in Asia. And so you have to sort of pick and choose the right ones. So we've been to Korea a number of times, to Busan and Incheon as well. We've also been to Shanghai for a race. And then personally, I've been for a couple of other competitions. I've done CCWC in Adelaide in 2016. That was with a combined club between us and a couple of the other expat clubs. And then in 2010, I was also in Macau for CCWC, where luckily I was very happy to win a medal for that one, hopefully to be repeated this year.
So it's the first time for the team to compete outside the East area. We'll be in Europe and we'll be in Italy. Are you excited, guys, to come?
Very, very excited.
Very.
Okay.
And I think it's the first time for the team to join CCWC as Austcham Paddle Club. So I think that's pretty quite special, I think.
Okay. Are you coming to win something?
Of course. We're not coming to be spectators.
How many races you want to win?
Oh, let's start with one.
Okay.
1 will be nice. 2 will be amazing. 3 would be would just be
Okay,
be
let's redo a game. Write in our private chat, so nobody will see and nobody will know which race you think you're gonna win. I'm gonna keep the secret, I promise. And when you will be in Italy after the race, we're gonna catch up together and see what the results would be.
Okay. All right, let me do that now.
We have fun. And by the way, I want to thank you, the 15 people connected right now with us and listening this fantastic conversation between friends. Thank you, guys. Let us know if you are
our teammates. We are supposed to be in the gym.
or if you are from Australia. Where are you just following us from? Don't be shy. We're not shy. You don't have to be shy. So, got it. Okay, let's see what is going to happen. Good. So actually, how many different categories will be involved?
So we've entered. We've got the 2K mixed boat. We've got a seniors mixed category. We've got a premier mixed category, and we've got a premier open DB12 category as well. So quite a lot of races. So we're trying to kind of mix or organize people so we don't destroy people in the first couple of days. But I think everyone is very keen to get in the boats. So there's going to be a lot of massages and heat cream and things going around every day to try and stay in peak performance.
You gave me a beautiful idea to realize a corner for people for massage, and maybe we can ask. And maybe we can ask someone belonging to teams that are able to do massage, just to do it with other people. Why not? It's a different way to socialize. So
That would be amazing.
I want to be the first, please.
We actually do have that, Lillian. We run a 10-kilometer dragon boat race in Singapore every year, and for the last couple of years, Lillian was able to partner up with one of our sponsors to get massage tables down to the end of the race, because after 10 kilometers, everything hurts.
Exactly. So you need to relieve yourself. Lillian,
yeah.
Are you excited to come in Italy?
Yes, I am. It's my first time in Italy, and I haven't been to Europe in a decade already. So I'm looking forward to the splendid weather there.
Let me say that Italy is not properly Europe. We are a kind of different country because we are in the Mediterranean. I mean, Andreas, you are from Denmark? No, Denmark. So am I wrong if I say that Italy is different from Denmark?
You're not wrong. It's I think the weather all year round on average is probably nicer in Italy.
The weather, traditions,
Oh, that's controversial.
People in terms of different kind of mindset, in the good and in the bad way. I mean, I'm not saying we are better than, I'm just saying we are different in all the respect. So probably because the weather and our tradition and our cultural aspect, this is what make us, for foreign people in general, very friendly. So we try to accommodate all tourists and people who are coming. So I'm sure, Lillian, you will enjoy your first Italian trip. And are you gonna spend some time after the competition turning around and visiting other Italian places?
For me,
Lillian, have you got any...
I'll be staying on just maybe 1 or 2 more days, because I have to fly somewhere else for a wedding, unfortunately. I really wish I could stay longer. Yeah.
Okay, wedding, it's
but
a
hopefully,
good...
we have time to sneak out of everything.
So say it again, Lillian, sorry.
Now, hopefully we have time to sneak out of beyond the race site in between races. Can we, Andreas?
Don't tell nothing.
Yeah, don't ask me.
Don't ask her. Don't ask him. Just do it. I will cover up for you. You can always say that you need to catch up with me for something about marketing and communication.
Yes.
Exactly. I approve.
What about you, Andreas? Are you spending some time in Italy, or maybe flying back to Denmark, or where are you gonna go?
So no Denmark this trip. I'm going to spend some time, probably go up to Bologna and then Cinque Terre.
Wow, beautiful, fantastic.
Yeah, so I haven't quite planned my exact route yet, but maybe you can help me with some ideas or some tips about what I should see and do on the way.
Absolutely. So Lillian knows that when I have guests in my special room here, I always say I wanna meet you in person when you will be in Italy, and I wanna catch up with you guys. I wanna drink something together, beer, whatever you want, and just tell me how many days and what's your preference, and I will be very happy to help you, by the way.
Definitely the beer or the alcohol will be after the races for sure. Right, Lillian?
In the evening time, absolutely. So how many people are traveling in Italy with you guys?
We have 36.
36, so quite a good number. I think the club I interviewed yesterday, they are coming in 50, if I'm not wrong.
Wow.
So it's a big group. They were from Australia, from Sydney. But you know that Australia after USA will be the more crowded nation and country in Italy for this competition. So far, they are going to have like 22 teams. I think from Singapore, there would be only Austcham, probably.
And I think also the British Dragons have a seniors crew as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? I don't know. I have to check. I have to check, by the way. Expectation for the CCWC, Andreas and Lillian, do you have an expectation? I'm not saying I want to win one medal, but do you have an expectation?
For winning or just overall?
In general, overall.
I'll let Lillian answer because Lillian hasn't been to CCWC before, so then I can answer afterwards.
Well, I'm very competitive. I don't like to lose. But I think it's a really great privilege to race among a lot of great teams. So I'm going there with open mind. As much as I think our team has potential, I'm also really excited to witness like really strong teams from other countries as well. So, but in terms of realistic goals, I think Andreas will have a clearer picture.
Yeah, I have a picture too because he wrote something in the private chat. Lillian, you gave me some pictures you want to show. So let's put this presentation on the screen. Is this the first one or the last one? I don't.
I think that's the last one.
That's the last one. Maybe go to
1 second. Let me remove this and let me go back. Here we are.
Andreas can share about the background.
Yeah, this one. Let me just bring this up. So these are some older pictures as well. So I think this you can see here in 1989. So this is like only a few years after the club started. So quite small club with very 80s looking men in the picture. And I think that there were some sponsorships to buy boats from some of the Australian companies that were in Singapore. So like Qantas Airways, I think sponsored some boats as well. But there's probably some pictures of the boats in the next few screens as well. Oh, there we go. So this is actually one of the really interesting and cool things about dragon boating in Singapore is that we've kind of witnessed the whole evolution of Singapore kind of growing up around where we paddled. So this area is within what we call Marina Bay. So on the left-hand side would be the famous Marina Bay Sands casino and hotel. And this is where we used to run a race up until a few years ago that was sponsored by one of the banks. This is our 10-kilometer challenge race. So this is one of the races where we get to paddle inside the Marina Bay as well. And 10 kilometers, yeah, as I said, very painful, but very rewarding. The kind of race where when you finish it, you say to yourself, never again. And then somehow when it comes around to the next year, you think,
say, okay, do it again.
And then you forget how much pain you were in just 1 year before that.
It's okay. What is this?
Oh, this is our outrigger canoe paddling off of Sentosa Island. So I don't know if you've been to Sentosa when you traveled to Singapore.
I don't remember. Probably not. So
it's an area. It's at the very bottom of Singapore, a very small island, with some very, very extreme currents. Some of the most extreme currents in the world because the water kind of comes through very narrow areas. Always very fun to paddle, and we have a couple of races every year against the other clubs who do that, which is I think 4 other clubs. Some corporate team building events that we do with different companies around Singapore. That's always a lot of fun. We have a lot of people who come back and join the team. This is one of our last race wins that we had. I think it's either this year or last year. Everyone very excited.
You can see people coming from all around the world in this picture.
Yeah.
Absolutely, totally.
Oh, and this is one of our races in Korea.
Okay, cool. And this is the last Austcham, 10 kilometers Austcham challenge.
That's right. And another iconic photo taken in front of the Merlion during the 10-kilometer race as well. So we have a lot of spectators who come down and watch from all around the place. And another famous, the gardens, gardens by the bay, the big greenhouses. Yeah. Yeah, some really good shots there from Lillian.
Good
I'd
job.
like to add, we're hosting it this year on 19 October. We would love to have international teams to join us. I know it's only 2 months away, but if you want to come over, we'll gladly host you.
I will be very happy. I can be your anchor woman for interviewing people.
That would be nice, actually.
I thought you were going to say you were happy to be the drummer on the front of the boat.
Why not? I can try. I'm not scared of trying. So probably I'm not going to be good. But actually, I have a good sense of rhythm in general.
That's all you need.
Exactly. I don't play an instrument. Unfortunately, I never studied, never tried. But I know how to sing. I have the feeling of the music. I can dance properly. So probably could be my role in the DragonBoat.
Perfect. There's a good sense of rhythm and balance. Maybe not dancing because you probably fall off the boat, but the other two,
I will dance outside. I will dance outside.
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So guys, we are so far at the end of this very beautiful, lovely conversation. And just I want to remind to all the people that they can subscribe our channel. If they liked what we have done, just put like and help us to grow up, because in this YouTube channel, we keep going with all our lovely conversation with other teams this week and the other week. But I want to use the YouTube channel to do some shorts directly during the competition. So it will be a beautiful place just to, sometimes go and take a look on what is happening. About us, thank you so much for spending your time with me here. I hope you enjoyed. And I look forward to seeing you in Ravenna. Look for me, and I will be
definitely.
so happy to catch up with you. Okay?
Thanks so much, 𝗖𝗪𝗧. Great talking to you.
Take care and have a safe trip. See you in Ravenna. Ciao.
Yeah, see you. Bye-bye.